Go. It has begun. There we go. Okay, welcome back, everybody, for one final time this season. Homestead, Miami. Championship race. Championship all but locked up at this point, but we still got a winner to crown here for the final time in the 11th season of the IMRC. And to bring the action, I've got a couple faces with me here. One familiar, one maybe new to this scene. First off, Blake, good to have you back as always.
Yeah, thank you for having me as always. Looking forward to seeing how the championship itself has already been decided, but we still have a long race ahead of us, and to see how all that goes.
Right on. And based on the last couple Homestead races, we could be in for a pretty good one here. And also joining me, kind of a new face to the booth, Cole Baker. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's fun to be here for the finale for IMRC.
Good to have you, man. Yeah, we're just gonna have some fun here tonight. 120 laps, if I am not mistaken. With, of course, the usual runoff for green, white, checkers if needed. Let's see, looking like exactly 14 drivers. Ready to do battle here for the final time here at the NASCAR's most southern track, if I'm also not mistaken. Pit window probably looking to be about 30 to 35 laps. Tire wear going to be a big deal, as we've seen in races past. Of course, last season going caution free to determine the champion, which of course at that point ended up being Dejan Weeks. Dejan will be here tonight, but tonight though, it is not the Final Four format. It's basically chase style from 2004 to 2013, that is. Jeez. And Dunlaprad in the 25 has pretty much got it locked up at this point. All he has to do is take the green flag, and the championship will be his. Which, credit to him, went the entire season without a win until, of course, the race that I missed streaming last week. He bought it home at Dover, so finally got the W, which of course put him in as comfortable of a position as ever to get it here tonight. The only hope that anyone else would have had to win the title was if more than 16 drivers showed up. But with there being less than 15, the top 15 would have locked it up for the 25 anyway. And that is, of course, assuming that the 93 or the 52 would have won the race. Those two, Jovan Anderson and Chris Emery, tied for second at the moment. So they'll be going for the runner-up in the championship. Highest finisher between those two will get that runner-up. So, going to be keeping an eye on that battle. And, of course, a number of other drivers coming out here to have some fun for one last time. Cole, since this is your first time appearing in the booth, I'll go ahead and let you run down the top 10 starting order there.
All right, sounds good. So starting off on pole, no surprise here, Dane Stinson. He's been an absolute rocket all season long. He's going to start off with the pole position. Jovan Anderson comes up short just behind him in second place, followed by row 2, Shane Sides and Tyler Mallon, Zach Rogers, Dunlaprad, Alexander Gonzalez and Tristan Allen, Dejan Weeks, Chris Emery, Seth Cole, and Joey Murphy is going to be top 12 rather, who set a time to lap. Everyone else is going to fall in right behind him.
Yep, Chris Wetz and Cody Lamas will be the other two starters in the race. Of course, everyone else either not actually running or up here in the booth, of course. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I know that you guys have both run plenty of laps in these races. But Cole, I'll ask you, since you ran this race last season, if I'm not mistaken, but just how much this track can really eat up tires and how line dependent it can be, because we've seen both lines work inside and outside, but only for so long.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Dejan Weeks and Cody Lamas, they're the quote-unquote pioneers of the inside line here. They love running that inside line. Does wear tires out quicker. Not as quick as most people would expect. The high line is obviously the preferred line to save tires, cool those temperatures down on those tires. But yeah, I would definitely look out for Dejan Weeks and Cody Lamas going into this race. It's definitely just going to be a battle of who can save tires the most, who's willing to make those moves for position, and just overall conserving tires as we look into the long run if we get a long run.
Which, based on season 9, we didn't have too many of those, and then last season, of course, the whole race went green, so it could be just about anything here tonight as we are getting ready to get to it here. Blake, I'll throw this your way. The fact that Dunn LaPrade, of course, has this championship pretty much locked up if all he does is take the green flag, with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder from a previous league race recently, but surely even after that, this is going to be feeling good for him tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Dunn has been trying so hard for the last handful of seasons to get the championship that he's been seeking, and tonight to be able to wrap it up right before the season's over, winning the penultimate race and everything. Like, he definitely has got a lot of momentum going into this race and can take a deep, deep sigh of relief. And even more so, just the fact that the point situation changed. If you guys remember last year, we had a final lap incident between the 18 and the 10. The 10 shunted the 18 in the cleanest way possible, sent him up the racetrack, and Dejan Weeks won last year's championship in the last moments of the race. Dunn doesn't have to worry about that tonight. The championship's locked up. He can just go out, race for the win if he wants to, or he could quit after lap 1. It does not matter. He's got it locked up. He's good to go. Just go out and do what you want to do.
Have some fun in the process as the field is going to take the green flag here. Of course, we do have... Actually, I'm seeing the race length has been shortened to 107, so it looks like we might only be doing 90 laps instead, but I'll get confirmation on that. But for the final time in season number 11, green flag is out. Let's go racing one last time in the IMRC.
Off to go into turn 1 side by side between the 93 of Jovian Anderson and the 7 of Dane Stinson. Dane's going to pull ahead by about half a car length as they run down the backstretch. Outside line being the dominant line at the moment as Zach Rogers works his way to the inside, followed by Shane Sides. Now we're getting a bit of a split for 3 wide. Battle for the lead. 6 is taking the head. 7's in the wall.
Oh, my
Zach
goodness.
Rogers is going to leave the lap.
Still 3 wide though. Shane Sides in the middle of that. Weeks on the inside. Stinson on the outside. And there goes Zach Rogers trying to pull a bit of a gap here and get away from that gaggle behind him.
Man, you know, you guys, we were just talking about, you know, short run speed, and Zach Rogers used that, basically maximized that inside line to get quite a substantial lead here. Now he's going to run the outside. He's going to conserve his tires. He only used that inside line for the short run in order to get that lead, and man, he pulled that off.
Right on. I've just noticed though that Chris Emery, just like that, has gone from pretty much the back of the field. He's already up to the midfield and has passed the 93. I think that 52 is going to be another really hard car to beat. As there's a little bit of beef there, the 18 and the 10. A little bit of flashbacks to last season. Big sling and block there from those guys.
The announcement has been made. The race is official. Dunn LaPrade is your season 11 champion.
And Tyler Mallon just got put into the wall, and Mallon is already not happy with the 10. I do believe that we have shortened the race to 90 laps. But still, we'll have those green-white checkers if needed. And no room there, door slam.
Man, guys, they're racing hard. They're racing hard. Season 10 is overflowing in the season 11 finale.
Wow.
Oh dear.
This is lap 4. Coming to lap 5. Oh my goodness. Zach Rogers, of course, looking at that in his mirror going, thank you very much. Keep that up, please. But granted, Zach Rogers, we haven't seen him much since the beginning part of the season. Had some up and down luck, but now looking to get a little redemption for the Season 9 champion in that number 6.
Side-by-side battle for about third position between the 10 and the 52. 10 almost touches the 52 as Dunn slides to the outside. He's trying to push Chris Emery up ahead. And now the 18's on the attack of the 6.
Man, the 10 really just tried to sling in front of the 24 there. That's Shane Sides. Everyone's still really close together here in the early goings. Really, no one has lost touch with this pack. Seth Cole, last car in line, but still only, about 2.5 seconds separating the entire field at the moment. You almost think that this was a Talladega race, but no, it's Homestead.
Cole, I meant to ask you a question, actually. You mentioned how the outside line is the dominant line around here. What exactly is required here, considering the fact that the tires do scrub off speed and wear out pretty quickly, all things considered? What is the mentality that a driver needs to do to make the outside line stick?
I think the number one thing, especially for this racetrack, is just to get into a rhythm on the high side. You know, once you're in that rhythm, once you can log in lap after lap, I think things start to get easier for you because you don't have to worry so much about trying to perfect that line as you are just trying to worry about keeping the guys behind you. And I'm sure that's what Zach Rogers is thinking right now.
Keep it enough as close as he can to that wall. Of course, don't get too close to it because that will suck you right in and not let you go. As Emery on a charge, though. Getting ahead for second here, looking to maybe take the lead. He's using that inside line really well, but as you guys alluded to, just how much that inside line over time will heat up those right sides. And
yeah, Chris,
it'll be a long race if you stay down there too long.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Chris Emery, he's no stranger to short run speed, if you will. He's no stranger to running that inside line, running the line that isn't preferred in order to gain positions. You know, he's done that at Auto Club, he's done that at Dover. It hasn't always worked out for him, but in some cases like Auto Club, it definitely has. So, it'll be interesting to see what the 52 team is thinking here in terms of short run speed.
Twisted T Ford right now looking to take the lead away, takes that lap lead that last time by. Number 6 of Rogers trying to hang in there on the outside, but the 52 is going to clear him. Everyone else, just in a snake on that outside, and now Rogers is going to give it a shot to take it back.
Yep, a side-by-side battle between an alcoholic sponsor and a caffeinated energy drink.
True that.
Which slaps harder?
Hopefully we don't have to ask the wall that question. Oh man,
Or a can to the face.
Twisted T here.
Guys trying to take their lines away here. They want this lead and they want it bad. I guess I'll also ask you guys, especially Cole, because of you running this track more recently, how much also clean air can be a factor.
Oh, absolutely, especially. And this is what Tyler Mallon wants to see, right? Top 2 battling it out, inside, outside. He's just on the outside saving tires right now, Zach's gone to the inside. Chris has especially gone to the inside. He's probably going to take the lead right now off 2. But, this is what Tyler wants to see because he's conserving those tires. He's getting all that clean air as they're battling side by side, and he's just watching it happen in front of him.
Yeah, Tyler and Dunn have got to be licking their chops right now, looking at this battle in front of them. Still only being maybe about a third of the way through the fuel run though, so still a ways to go in what looks like it'll probably end up being a 2-stop race. But Emery and Rogers are having at it. Mallon looking at that, as you said, just going, keep it up guys, and things are kind of even out, but oh my gosh, look at this battle! Oh, sides this round!
24 round.
Watch out there,
Everyone
Roger
seems
Rag.
to get by him.
Field will get by, but looked like that was contact, so the caution will fly for the first time.
Yeah, the way that looks is simply it got a little bit too pinchy. 48 was a little bit too high. Light contact between the 48 and the 24, not teammates, by the way. And just sent the 24 around. The good news is, didn't hit a wall, really didn't hit any other cars. Both cars are going to be able to continue, and no one's worse for wear. Maybe just a little steamed under the collar.
Yeah, some worn out tires, but that could have been a lot worse. I just noticed how much Dejan Weeks really slowed down there. He got into the wall, so Sides, I think, tried to avoid that and ended up kind of inadvertently making it almost 4 wide. And yep, just got a little too close for comfort. A little bit of net code kind of bouncing off of 48 of Cody Lamas, and that was that. And no, the 84, excuse me, that is Aiden Lacasse. I did not think that he would be starting this race, but he is out there. I'm just familiar with that car from Roger Ray driving it, so that was my fault. And everybody coming down pit road now. Look, it's just stacked up on top of each other, and that is insane.
So there's 2 things I wanted to go over real quick, and that is this. This is the point standings as they headed into the race. Dunlop, like I said, locked up the championship with 1,161 points. Chris Emery and Jovan Anderson tied for second with 1146. Dane Sides with 1137 in 4th place. Chris Wetz with 1127 in 5th. Dane Stinson with 1096.5 in 6th place. Callum Allen sitting 7th, 1096. Cody Lamas, 1087, sitting in 8th. Dejan Weeks, 1079 in 9th. And Jeff Dixon on a Talladega win at the beginning of the season, back in 10th, 1065. And as the manufacturer's title goes, Ford leads with 411 points, Chevy with 393, Toyota with 371, and Dodge with a lowly 32.
Well, at least we got one car out there that's going to help that point total. That, of course, being the 84. Chris Wetz came down pit road with everybody else. I think missed his stall or something. Ended up just driving through the pits and is now coming back down once again here.
To choose cone this time.
Field are going to be sorting themselves out. Emery holds on to the point ahead of Rogers, and then it's going to be Dunlop Pratt, who actually jumped Tyler Mallon there, and then Dejan Weeks in 5th place. And with everyone, or a couple guys selecting the inside there, that puts LaPrade now on the front row. I was also going to mention how much Jovan Anderson, I was actually surprised to see how much he fell backwards. He was toward the tail of that field as they were coming down pit road, so maybe a little bit of struggling from that 93, or just trying to play the conservative game. I honestly cannot tell if that was friendly bumping or not from the 18-6.
And guys, I just want to quickly mention, look who's on that inside line, the number 10 of Dejan Weeks and the 48 of Cody Lamas. You know, earlier I said that these 2 guys love running the inside line, and it's no surprise that they're going to be hunting for that win tonight here on the inside.
Weeks is, and Lamas for that matter. Come to think of it, most of those guys, they got nothing to lose. None of these guys have anything to lose at this point. I mean, just have at it. Go for it. There's nothing that'll be stopping you at this point. Just go out there and have a good time. And I would not be surprised if we see the 10 or the 48 or a number of other guys trying to make something crazy happen. But it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We're coming to lap 17 of 90. Emery the control car with Mallon to the outside. Dunlop drop into the rear. Don't know if that was voluntary or not. But green
that
flag
was
back
indeed
out, stack
voluntary.
Up.
Sorry about that. Indeed voluntary. He thinks that he messed up the choose cone line.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, he's not really losing anything. He's got it all locked up. But he's going to have some work to do now. Already getting by a couple of guys. A weird twitch there from, that was Joey Murphy in the 41. Not going to get out of the way. We're checking back up front now. Oh my gosh, the Fords all right on top of each other.
Down to the inside, shoots Chris Emery. He's going to try and use that inside lane to get more power to the inside. Side-by-side battle for the lead off the exit. Still side-by-side.
The advantage there to Rogers with the momentum. Ford in the top 4 at the moment. Dane Stinson trying to now make the outside work. Almost a check up there from the 18. That Matco Tools number 7, as you guys alluded to. Keep an eye on him. He's got several wins this season. looking to add yet another one to an already impressive resume. Also got to give a shout out here to the 84 of Aiden Lacasse, actually doing a good job up here in the top 10. Kind of sneaking up there right now, but they're in line with everybody and keeping it pretty solid here. Llama's going to drop back here on the inside. And Weeks and Malin still going at it there a little bit. They're trying to get by the 7. And the 52 on the inside once again, but the advantage Rogers.
Looks pretty close off too there between the 7 of Dane Stinson and the 10 of Dejan Weeks. Obviously 18-10. Those tempers are still flaring, you know, right off the restart. They were racing each other hard. And they're kind of letting this 2-car pack here of Zach Rogers and Chris Emery kind of get away here.
Yeah, you got like 6 cars there under a blanket, and they are all a little ways back now. The 52 and the 6. And the 52 is still not content to stay behind him either. He's trying to extend that gap. But the 18 just got a little bit away from them as well. Lamas, there he is, inside line, man. Going for it once again. There's Alexander Gonzalez at the back of that line. But side by side once again for the lead between these two. Looking like it could be a dogfight between these two throughout the night.
Yep, and that lead was led by the 52, beating the 6 across the line by the same distance that Daniel Hemrick beat Austin Cindric at Phoenix for the Xfinity title and the race win.
You are one heck of a stat guy, and that's why I love having you up here. Easily getting ahead now is the 52. Just about, I was about to say about a quarter of the way through the race. But, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Stinson actually now going backwards a little bit. Someone went from 3rd back to 7th. And don't look now, there's the 25. It's like that up to 8th. Just got by a couple of guys. No, excuse me, that's 9th. Alexander Gonzalez actually passing the 7th.
You know, I'm kind of interested in the 71 car right now. Normally, you know, Chris Wetz, he's known in the community to save his tires until the end of the run. And he seems to be hanging that bottom pretty well. So maybe he's trying to mix it up, trying to get to the front, maybe pass Dunn here. See what he can do. As now Dunn crosses over the 71. Says friendly hello to him, going to the inside.
Well, Chris Wentz, I mean, the last race that we broadcasted here, I mean, I think that he had one get away from at Tri-County, just not quite the right call in the strategy, lost track position, and even though he got back up to the leader, just could not make the pass, despite being the dominant car, so maybe a little chip on the shoulder to 71 as well, trying to look for his first win in quite a while. Runner-up in Season 9, kind of quietly getting up into the Final Four that season, and then battling on the last lap with the 6 of Zach Rogers. But still doing his thing there on the inside. Currently showing P9. Was actually ahead of the 25 there. But right now the only guy really running the inside, besides, of course, number 52. And I don't think that anyone's doing it about as well as he is so far. The sleeper here looking for 3rd place now. That is Aiden Lacasse going for it on Tyler Mallon. Going to dive it hard into turn number 1. He pulls away quite a bit. We'll see how that 84's tires are going to fare. A little bit of a kiss to the wall there for the 18. And the Bobby Labonte tribute colors. And last season's runner-up. And yeah, as Blake alluded to, very exciting fashion, that's for sure.
Very exciting indeed. Something that I have not seen so wound up, crazy, insane in quite some time. Especially for a championship in this way.
I could safely say that, at least in my limited watching of motorsport both online and in real life. Don't know if I've ever seen a bump and run beside the championship before. But that's just me. I'm sure it's happened out there plenty of times. Checking on through the field here. Looks like we still got everybody running and on track. Actually, check that. I think Shane Sides might have either fallen out or called it quits.
Yeah, it looks like it was some sort of internet connection issue with the 24 car. As you guys know, he did spin out earlier. Maybe he just wants to let the guys run it out, so to speak. Just kind of stay out of the way here. But it does look like it was an internet issue, probably not intentional.
Yeah, I just saw him drop out of TeamSpeak as well. So internet problems for the head admin. So still got 14 guys on the track. We'll see if Shane, when he does come back in, if he'll get back out on track or if he'll just be off tracking it from here. Zach Ryder is now starting to run the inside to try to reel back in the 52. Aiden LeCasse doing a phenomenal job up there in third, and look who's going at it once again, the 18 and the 10. He nearly made contact going down the front straightaway there, and Chris sweats. And as you said, Cole, with how well he's able to save his tires and fuel, I just saw him clutch right there going into 3.
Yeah, the 71 car probably knows something that the rest of the field doesn't know, because he's saving and going for it at the same time. You know, Chris Wetz is an FTF veteran, and he knows this game better than anyone. He knows how to run the car efficiently without, overdriving it. So he's doing a heck of a job right now in the middle of the pack.
FTF, of course, being one of the bigger leagues. Unfortunately, they transferred over to iRacing, but in their time here in NR, they breeded probably some of the best racers in all of NR 2003. And some of them have found their way to other leagues, and a few of them have found their way here. Dejan Weeks with a dime on the 48 of Llamas. That's for a top 5. Now let's see, I'm trying to do some math in my head. If the pit window is about 35 laps for fuel, and that's probably at max if you're not saving, and they pitted on what, like lap 13, 14, something like that, and you're going to lap 90. Oh, darn, on the 18 and the 10 once again. My goodness, those two are going to cause an issue at some point or another.
Like the 10's able to get in front of the 18 for the time being, but I don't think it's over yet, guys. I think they're still going to be fighting hard. As the 18 now tries to cross over on the 10 entering 3.
And the 10 tried to throw the block there. The 84 almost into the wall right in front of them. Oh!
Oh, 10 car hard in the wall.
18 here, they put him up there, but he's still to his corner panel. I think the 48 and the 71 are looking at that going, what are you guys doing? Please don't do that in front of us. The 6 has reeled in the 52 quite a bit, but I'm keeping my eye on these two at the moment. I don't know if it's just good hard racing or if they're starting to get a little bit of heat in there. Which one surprised me considering last season?
It looks like the 41 of Joey Murphy is actually short pitting, which is an interesting strategy. I'm not sure if they're going to make it with the regular window, so maybe Joey's trying to short pit it, get in front of the field while he still can. It's kind of tough to tell. I don't know if he has damage at all or if he's going to park it or not, but it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
I have seen him smack the wall a couple of times, but yeah, definitely a different strategy. Hey, why not? Might as well go off sequence. Also keep an eye on that 84, who's actually reeling in both of the leaders at the moment. Has cut quite a bit into that lead that those two had, and is kind of all by himself right now, doing a phenomenal job on the outside line. So look for that 84 to be a factor and give the very underrepresented Dodge some love in this series.
Just getting a few extra points for that manufacturer's title, if you will.
Well, they'll maybe emerge with what, like 60 points at that rate. Oh my goodness, look at these two.
Wow.
They're 4th and 5th.
Can't fit a piece of paper between them in the corners. Jeez.
Golly. Yeah, they... it is exciting to watch, though. I mean, of course, also looking at the 71 of Chris Sweat still clutching going into, it looks like only turn 3. But yeah, I don't know if he knows something that we don't, because let's see, if he saves fuel, he could go to maybe lap 50. Oh boy, that's... Ooh. Maybe. Like if he goes maybe beyond lap 50, and then is able to save fuel that run, maybe the 71's trying to go for it on one more stop. I guess it is theoretically possible. Oh my gosh, look at this battle up here for the lead. Now the 84 is in on it. Taking lap 40, 5 laps from halfway.
Like I said earlier, the 6 and 52, they were wearing out their tires trying to pass each other on the inside, and look who showed up. None other than the 84 of Aiden Lacasse. He's like, thank you very much, I'll take that position.
I will gladly show my nose in on this. And Tyler Mallon also starting to close in on them. Starting to run the inside line as well. Look at this on the outside.
3 wide for first, now second place. Aiden able to get around both of them, and he's up to second.
Golly, 2 for 1. Brilliant move there by the 84. That credit to Dodge, formerly driven by Roger Ray. Now Aiden Lacasse, who won another series championship last night. We're going to show some muscle here. And now Zach Rogers maybe getting a little nervous, seeing just how fast they are behind him. I'm still impressed though, this far into the run, just how stacked up everyone still is. I mean, I don't know if it's just from the hard racing or just equal car, equal ability. But man, they were all right on top of each other. A couple guys in the wall. The 6 is going to get wall glued.
Hard into the wall. He's going to lose a lot of time, a lot of positions. That is a killer blow to the 6 car.
Oh man, that is a bummer there. The 84 also actually got into the wall, but was able to get off of it quicker. And oh my gosh, we might be going 3 wide here for the lead. Because hello, 10 car once again. Pit window going to be pretty imminent here within the next few laps, I gotta imagine.
I would not put it past the 10 car to just send it here right before we have to pit. Again, the 10 and the 18, close as they can possibly be to one another.
It was 3 wide down the backstretch for the lead. 10 has to
3 wide.
back.
For a moment there. Holy cow, this is intense.
This is awesome. Man, this is how you wrap up the season. Dane Stinson back up into the picture, now up into 3rd. There's LaPrade once again. And Emery still hanging in there. Albeit, yeah, a few spots lost.
Yeah, we were kind of riding off the 7 there for a second. I think maybe that was intentional. Maybe he was trying to save some tires towards the end of the run here and try to go for that position. Oh,
look at
what a
this
move by the 10 car.
Look at this send from Stinson. Oh, jeez.
Oh, 3 wide at the line. Stinson gets it. Incredible driving.
Man, he's holding it down there beautifully. Mellon trying to pinch him as much as he can. Lacasse getting the runs on the outside. Mike trying to cross him over.
Here comes Aiden.
Going back now for 2nd, but just like that, Stinson to the lead. And everyone now down to the inside. Wonder if maybe we're going to see the first wave here? No.
Interesting how that high side transitions to the low side as the tires wear. You would think that the high side would still be good, but maybe the benefits of that high side wear off later on in the tire run, and they're just trying to stay to the inside to get that preferred inside line there. As it looks like there are some drivers that are pitting this time. I'm not sure if it's the entire field or just a select few here, but here they go down to the inside. We'll see what happens.
Stinson staying to the outside of the 84 as well. And Mallon's going to come in. Looks like him and Emery are going to be the only couple here. There's Alexander Gonzalez coming in as well. So the first couple of takers on pit road this time. But only a couple. Don't think that they're going to be able to make it on just this stop, That's going to be one heck of a stretch of 43 laps.
Wouldn't be surprised if we have more drivers coming into pit this time. It's going to be tough to tell as Dane Stinson, Dejan Weeks, and looks like Dunn LaPrade as well, our season 11 champion, heading into pit road this time.
In they come, another 3 takers there. The initial 3 now coming off of pit road. That leaves the cast still staying out. Everybody hit the wall coming off of 2 that time. Lamas, Anderson, Tristan Allen, and Zach Rogers have stayed out. We'll see who comes in this time. Here comes the cast. Gonna be the only one. Now, for those who are staying out at this point, it is. I'm starting to wonder if maybe making it on one more stop is possible. I see them all clutching, so I think they're trying to do the one stopper.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like most of these cars are coming to pit road. I didn't see the 71 post, though. We know he's been saving in the corners. It's going to be tough to tell if he's going to come in this time or not, or if he's just trying to fake out the rest of the pack here. It's going to be tough to tell, but here comes most of the pack down pit road. Oh, looks like it's just Rogers this time.
Rogers, the only one. And yeah, the 93 to 48 are clutching hard right now. And there's Shane Sides. He is back out on the track. And it looks like he's got fresh tires as well. He's going to steamroll past all these guys. And we'll see who's going to make it this time. Tristan Allen, Cody Lamas, Anderson, and Wetz still staying out. Oh man, this is going to... Every lap that they can stay out, they might lose the short-term track position. But man, if they can make it on one more stop, that is going to be huge.
Yeah, these 2 drivers are definitely thinking long-term here. You know, Chris Wetz, Jovan Anderson, they're thinking about the long game, right? Everyone else is thinking about 2 stops. But these drivers, if they can clutch it enough, they obviously have shown that they can do so far. Oh, as Shane Sides is in the wall, looks like they're going to, at least Jovan's going to pit this time. And Wetz stays out. Maybe they're thinking long-term here.
Wetz staying out yet again. And that is just going to help him more and more. I think because, yeah, the longer that you're able to stay out this run as well, you're going to be able to push just that little bit harder the next run. So definitely keep an eye on that. Also going to see where everyone else has merged back together here. Malin is ahead of the 52 as Wetz finally dives into pit road this time. So it looks like the order at this point is probably going to end up being Mellon, Emery, Stinson, the top 3, and then Weeks and LaPrade. Going to likely end up being the top 5. Zach Rogers and Jovan Anderson, yeah, losing a lot of track position. There's Tristan Allen, who also stayed out longer. And Cody Lamas there as well, still clutching as well. But yeah, for everyone here, I would say in this, what's about to be the top 7, they are going to have to either save or push like there's no tomorrow to try to gain as much as they can.
It looks like the 71's just exiting onto the backstretch. Finished that stop, all things considered, was pretty successful. However, he is going to be behind this pack. Now, good thing to note here is that he is going to have draft behind that 41 car of Joey Murphy. So this is potentially beneficial to the 71 car. He's going to stay in that draft. He's going to have time to save behind that car and still be relatively quick. Maybe not quicker than the leaders right now, but he's thinking long term. He's thinking towards the end of the race. So maybe he can stretch it out.
We'll see what he's able to do. Right now, Shane Sides is listed as the leader, but he is well off sequence. Having also fallen out earlier, currently about 5.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. Again, off sequence, so he will have to pit again. Battle right now, of course, between the 18 and the 52 is going to be for the net lead. Everyone else still running the high sign, and I don't see anybody clutching, so I doubt that anybody up here back to Aiden Lacasse and even Alexander Gonzalez are going to be saving fuel. Lacasse did stay out longer than some of the others, but I don't think that he stayed out long enough that he's going to be able to go the rest of the way here, at least without saving a ton. So I think that they're all just going to bank on maybe coming back down, topping off 2 tires maybe even, to try to save as much time as possible, and then get back at it as hard as they can.
Yeah, definitely. The right front at the end of the tire run here at Homestead gets very hot, gets in the yellow. You know, it's not a good place to be, especially towards the end of the run. You got to watch those tire temps. So, if anything, I would recommend probably a 2-tire right side stop and some Sunoco fuel here. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for sure.
Right now at 57, only 1 caution thus far. Zach Rogers reeling in everybody else, going on slightly fresher rubber. Checking further back here, Jovan Anderson by himself right now. There's Lamas, Allen, and Wetz, of course, is flying at the moment. Gonna probably be looking to pass the 80 and the 48 here soon. Yeah, he's not saving much either, so he's gonna be in much better shape.
And I don't know if you noticed, but it looks like the 80 and the 48 here are clutching this far back in the pack, so maybe they're trying to think long-term here as well. However, they pit earlier than that 71 car, so I don't know if it's going to be enough to make it to the end. We'll have to see.
We'll see how much they will gain. I mean, right now they're definitely racing against the 71 and the 93. But yeah, right now they're also racing the fuel numbers. So we'll keep an eye and see how much they might gain or lose with that strategy call. But checking back up front, Chris Emery wants that lead and he wants it back. As I think our colleague Blake may have stepped away or something. Blake, you with us?
I have returned.
There you are. I mean, Cole, you've been doing a phenomenal job, I will say, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Just doing what I can for the broadcast here, boys.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I was going to say I figured the broadcast wouldn't like me messing with the hard drive, so yeah, I just decided to mute myself for a bit.
Nah, no worries. Hope that all is good in that regard.
Yep.
We're coming up to 30 laps to go. Battle for the net lead here between the 18 and the 52. Starting to heat up. They're closing in on Shane's sides, who was off sequence.
And Blake, this is a... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that 52 has been a lot more aggressive than I would have ever foreseen him being. He is not willing to hold back really whatsoever, and yet he, for the most part, is still able to maintain quite a modicum of speed for a fairly extended period of time.
As they catch up to the 24 Shane Sides, who has held on to the lead as long as he could. I think this is probably not beneficial for him staying out as long as he did, but obviously, you know, because of that falling out internet connection problem, that's just an unfortunate circumstance for the 24 machine.
Yeah, that's gotta be a rough one. The league owner himself now going in the wrong direction. Actually, kind of gonna hold up Stinson here a little bit. But I mean, that is for position, so he's not really obligated to get out of their way. But yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of time at this point. Actually, you go 3 wide here. Look at Rogers dive underneath the 25. Yeah, Rogers really starting to move forward now in the number 6. Oh, he actually got into the wall a little sideways. Golly, what a wheel man. Kept that thing straight. And Sides, I think actually he just came down pit road, and indeed he is.
So, Blake, I was just wondering, I had a question for my former team owner here. What's it like being a team owner in the Cup Series? Obviously, you know, LaPrade and I believe Shane Sides are teammates. You know, what's the importance of having, you know, multiple top-level drivers here in the Cup Series on your team? I know, you know, there was myself, there was Dylan Schwallenberg, there was DJ Curtis for a time. What's the importance of having those kinds of drivers in your organization?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. I've run almost the whole entire Cup season for a few years, and have had recent things change and everything like that. But I think it's a mixture of things. If you can see that your teammates are doing well, you kind of get a little bit of extra spark in your body and in your mind, like, well, hey, if they could get up there and lead and, win a race or two and be competitive, why can't I? And the other piece of it is just simply the more teammates that
Oh.
you have, the more allies you have, you can work together at a plate track. Everyone can be able to work. Everybody has the potential to win a race at a plate track, but having just someone backed up by manufacturer, team, anything else like that, you're able to really be able to work together. And I think the big piece of it is, and I just say this as someone who's been running more or less on a shorter basis than you and a lot of others have, there are cases when you just need a little bit of guidance, and having a teammate, especially a driver who's proven themselves or just done well, you can get a little bit of that off-session practice time with them to try and figure out how to hone your skills better. So I think it's crucial that you have a teammate, at least one, and more importantly, you got to have someone that you can gel with. And maybe I've gobbled up a lot of talent over the last few seasons, but it's also fun to be an Ono champion as well.
Well, I didn't want to cut you off there. I will point out, Dunlop had pitted.
Ooh.
Big short pit. So he's going for the undercut strategy, while you got some other guys like the 93 and the 71 going for the overcut. Anything's about to happen here as we take lap 69.
Nice.
Very nice. So Tyler Mallon has gotten the lead here.
Oh, and we have a spinner on the track. It's the 41. I don't know if that's going to bring out a caution.
Joey Murphy, oh goodness. Big risk there from a couple guys, but looks like as long as that was not contact, we are going to stay green.
Staying green.
That could have ended in a bad situation, but yep, solo spin, back end just swapped out on the 41.
Yeah, kind of a bizarre incident there, kind of tagged the wall on entry.
Now a yellow is out.
And then lost it there. Yellow is out.
Looks like the 10 of Dejan Weeks is off pace. Oh, and it looks like there was maybe some sort of contact. Yep, between the 10 and the 6 of Zach Rogers entering turn 1 there.
Oh no, let's see here. Going into the corner.
Yeeted him right into the outside wall.
Oh boy. Ooh, that's a tough one there. Well, boys, this changes everything.
The Dunn, luckily, is going to be able to get back on the lead lap, but that does throw his plans, at least, to undercutting the field by quite a bit. That goes out the window, at least for the moment.
Yeah, although according to scoring, he's on the lead lap. Or no, he's not. Okay. I don't know what scoring's saying here. According to scoring, he is on the lead lap now. So if he is, then he may have just been handed the gift of all gifts.
It's going to be interesting to see if he pits here or not, because it wasn't too long ago that he pitted. It looks like he is going to go down pit lane just to grab some extra Goodyear tires. Oh, and it looks like the 48 spun entering pit road.
A little bit of contact there with the 80 of Tristan Allen. It's got a little bit too narrow. Joey Murphy has just stayed on the track, maybe looking to get a wave around. But this could be the money stop here. We saw what a good pit stop did for Kyle Larson. Let's see what it does here. Oh, LaPrade had to back up in his pit stall, but he was already toward the back, so that shouldn't matter too much.
Here comes Chris Emery. It's going to be a race off pit road between him and Dane Stinson. Looks like Chris Emery will lead the pack off pit road.
Emery, Stinson, and Lacasse. And then Rogers. assuming that he is not penalized for causing that incident. In which case Alexander Gonzalez then would be 4th and Jovan Anderson 5th. Throw fuel out the window now. It's game on. Yeah, Signs and Murphy have stayed out, so maybe looking to get a wave around here. I'm actually going to have one more look really quick while we're still under caution at that incident between the 10 and the 6. Now, I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if that was just 2 cars going for the same piece of real estate and the 6 just got a little too high. It's one of those that you just don't know. I didn't really see anything that would have prompted any kind of reaction like that from the 6, but you know what, that 10 has not been holding back at all, so it's hard to say. We're still under pacing here. Something just happened. Oh, did the 71 just warp out? Chris Wett's going in the corner, starts to lag, and yeah, I think that his game just crashed. Chris Wett's spinning there with the lag issue. Getting into a couple guys, and yeah, he is gone, so golly, how much luck can you have that'll end up messing you up like that? That is a tough one there for Chris Wetz in the 71.
And I forgot to mention it, but last green flag run after LaPrad's short pit, he ran the fastest lap of the race with a 30.793, so who knows, maybe he's just going to send it, go for it, knows he's got the championship locked in. We'll have to see. Oh, as the 18 spins around.
Oh my. That was kind of off of the 10. My goodness, what is not happening here?
A monkey on the racetrack?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, that honestly just looked like a bad coincidence.
Oh, and looks like a little bit of retaliation here.
Is
between
this,
the 18 and the 10.
Got a question, are we in Bowman Gray Stadium?
I'm starting to think so. I mean, I know that those two have been getting at it quite a bit.
Well, I don't know about the rest of the field, but I know the 10 and the 18 feel like it.
Yeah. So the field is doubled up, ready to go.
Shenanigans aside.
Shenanigans aside. Returning to Homestead, coming back from Martinsville, hopefully. It will be 16 laps to go. Chris Emery and Dane Stinson on the front row. Aiden Lacasse and Zach Rogers. Rogers back in contention here. With Jovan Anderson and Alexander Gonzalez in 6th. So not necessarily a sprint, but kind of a medium range run. Can't kill your tires too quickly here. You're still going to need them for the end. As we come back to green. And the 10 getting out of the way there. Except for the 18, but the story might not be over between those two.
Like Dane Stinson's trying to peek to the inside of the 52 for the lead here. Zach Rogers pulling up in 3rd.
Ford has been the dominators, that's for sure. It looks like Cody Lamas gets into the wall and gets into it hard. Looks like everyone is going to miss him somehow. LaPrade trying to get past the 10, and the 10 saying, no, you don't. But Rogers now up to 2nd, right on the tail of the 52. Those two have been the class of the field for the majority of the night. Rogers, of course, going a little bit of a different strategy, kind of fell back. And now he's back up here once again. We are coming to 14 laps to go.
A lot of cars hustle up to the outside lane. I think a few of them even hit the wall for that matter.
The 18 and the 10 are still door slamming. Jovan Anderson has dropped a little bit. I just lagged out there. I apologize for that. We're 4 wide back in the pack. Looks like they settle that down now. But man, look at that dive from the 6, trying to make the outside work. But Emmerich with the lead and a few car lengths now of a cushion. 13 to go.
Hey, and something I want to say that's a little bit of a shout out. Look at Tristan Allen in the I forget if he's left or right Twix, but the man, one way or another, he's in the top 5 right now.
Yeah, that is awesome to see the 80 up there. He's doing a phenomenal job. But look at Rogers.
But he hit the curbing. He hit the curbing a tiny bit, drifted him up the racetrack.
Oh my gosh, Rogers is going full send right now. Got the lead back, but for how long is the question.
Keep an eye on the 7 and the 84 here. They've been running the outside line all this run, so they're going to have better, fresher tires as we come to 10 to go.
That's true. That's really true. It's going to be 11 this time. Side by side for the lead. Which, yeah, like you said, that's just going to eat up their stuff. The 7 and the 84 are going to be in pretty good shape. And the 80 and the 18 are starting to get their noses in here. But yeah, the 18 is on a charge. Back up into the top 5 now after some shenanigans with the 10. But looks like he set that aside for now. Don LaPrade still trying to make up ground along with Jovan Anderson, but they're just stuck right now with too many cars going way too wide across the track for them.
Oh, and here comes the 7. He hits the apron.
They're trying to make anything happen there. 7 getting down there.
Man.
10 to go. This is phenomenal stuff.
Off into turns 1 and 2 they go, side by side for first and fourth. Oh boy, almost thought the 18 was going to turn the 7.
Holy smokes. Lacasse, he's hungry, that's for sure. Hasn't made many starts and wants to say to TV land, hey, look at me. I can do this too. Jovan Anderson making up a few spots there. The 18 nearly doors the 7 off the corner.
That's going to cost him a lot of spots here. He's fallen back quite a bit. I think he lost a spot or 2. And he's going to try to keep going at that inside line. I don't know if that's going to hurt him.
Zach Rogers right now with a little bit of an advantage. But only for the time being. They might go side by side here for second again. Emery and Stinson. Rogers breathing a little easier, looking at that in his mirror.
Well, only for the moment, as they're now closing in about maybe a car length separating between the leader and the guy right behind him.
A couple of guys behind him, that's for sure. Mac Tools, Twisted T, trying to run down the number 6. And Lacasse still just quietly lurking there. They're 3 wide back in the pack. LaPrade and Anderson starting to make up a few spots. Anderson up to 6th in the 93. LaPrade trying to take 7th from the 63 of Alexander Gonzalez, who's also on a pretty good run here tonight.
7 clears the 52 for second place as we're getting close to 5 laps to go.
Remember, we're only going to lap 90, but of course, those extra laps for green white checkers, should we need them. The only time that we won't, once we take the white flag, that'll be it. If a caution comes out, that will be the end of the race.
Yeah, off of 2, that really hurt Chris Emery in that 52 Twisted T Ford Mustang. He's fallen back quite a bit. He lost 2 spots, and that opened up the door for Dane Stinson, who's running the inside. Now he takes a look to the inside of Rogers, entering 1.
Ooh, that was a pretty good dive there. Not quite a full send, but man, he's pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Gonna draw side by side with 6 to go. Files back in line. And a little bit of a shove from Lacasse.
52 of Emery dives it down. A little bit of a kick slide by the 84.
Man, I think the Stinson had to check up to keep off the wall. The 84 was not quite ready for it. There's Mallon trying to get up to 4th. Anderson trying to now get himself to the outside.
I just want to say something real quick. Dunn, I don't know if he decided to go on to a tire saving strategy or if he's just been kind of easing up and now he's kicked up the wick, but he's trying to get into 5th position. Aiden Lacasse goes down to the inside. He's fighting for the lead. He's going to hold up for 2nd place, falls back into 3rd. Dane Stinson dives it down to the inside.
4 to go. I see smoke. Someone spun there in turn 1.
I think that was the 48. Looks like it was a self spin. We stay green.
Oh, speaking of which, Stinson!
He saved it, but it's, oh dear.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if that was contact or
Oh,
not.
be careful.
That's going to cost him big time.
Aiden Lacasse now takes the lead.
Lacasse to the point, but Rogers not giving it up. 3 to go. And look at Malinar is now up to 3rd.
This is a big challenge by the Fords trying to go for the top 3 spots. Side-by-side battle for the position between the 93 and the 7. Down the backstretch, Lacasse, Rogers, side-by-side for the lead.
Bit of a block there from the 6, trying to keep the 84 behind him. Side-by-side for 3rd as well. Malin and Anderson. Oh man, a great corner there from the 84. 2 to go. Where's the 6 going to go here?
Throws it to the inside.
Oh, way down to the
He runs up
inside.
the brakes.
Oh, contact!
3.
3 cars.
Stinson and Malinar around.
I believe that's the point of no return.
Stinson just retired.
No,
I don't know.
Oh, that's the end of the race.
Waved.
Oh no,
Is
we're
it?
going to have a green white checkered.
Yeah, that was 2 to go. Not the white flag yet, so it's not over.
And the 7 has retired, unfortunately.
Oh,
Pit lane is open. Who's going to make the final dive? Looks like everyone's going in.
We're going to have a quick look here to see what happened.
2 tires, 4 tires. That's the question.
Oh, the 7 wiggled. And got up into the 18. That's what caused that.
Just an unfortunate circumstance for Dane. And you know, you gotta be in the mind of the driver here when you look at these incidents. You know, a lot of people like to point fingers here, but that's just hard racing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate for the 7 team, but that's just a product of racing, especially for the championship here, coming to 2 to go.
Yeah, we have final race of the season. I think we may have just witnessed some strategy. Look at the 63. I think that he just took 2. Oh,
That
boy.
really bogs down
shuffle,
the 84.
shuffle.
He was in the lead. Now he's all the way back to 4th. This is probably going to hurt him.
What's the 63 going to do now?
And by the way, Dunn now up to 5th place. He's probably going to be starting on the inside line, I'm estimating.
That's true, yeah, we'll see.
Unless everyone decides to go to the inside on the restart.
Yeah, we'll see how this juice cone's gonna affect things. I don't know. I mean, what line would you want on such a short run like this? But especially if you're midfield, you know that if everyone goes down there, you're kind of stuck.
Well, I'm thinking from the perspective of the 63 car, I'd want to stay on the inside. You know what I mean? You got to get that inside line groove off the restart and just pray that you can hold on to the lead. These guys have fresher tires. I'm not sure if the 63 took 2 tires or just took fuel here, but it's going to be interesting to see how the 63 plays into this.
I believe he only pitted for 2 tires with how quick of an in and an out he was in with the pits. I think he only took 2.
I would hope that he only took 2. I mean, if he took none, he's a sitting duck. That's for sure. He might be anyway.
There he goes to the
He
inside.
took 2 tires. He took outside tires.
So he did take right sides. He will take the inside. Rogers does the exact opposite. Anderson and Lacasse. And the rest of the field looks like they pretty much staggered inside outside. So LaPrade will be 5th. Emery 6th. I wouldn't count him out quite yet. Still credit to Tristan Allen running a phenomenal 6th place at the moment. Or 7th, rather.
Oh, but there's room to move up, definitely.
And of course, a very probably hot under the collar Tyler Mallon is not going to be taking any prisoners. I know that for sure. Green and white checkered attempt number 1 coming up with the 63 and the 6, the front row. 63 on 2 tires.
And with the 63 taking a gamble, I'm worried about that 93 car. He's going to have to find a way around that 63 if he doesn't get up to speed in time, if he's not up to scratch in the corners here for only taking 2 tires.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how much of a difference it's going to make on this short run. I mean, that wasn't a super long run that they had, but that was still like 12 laps. Those tires were probably not very happy. But here we go, attempt number 1. Everyone waiting, and away we go.
Not as great of a start as the 63 would have wanted, but he's definitely got the inside. Maybe an ally, maybe an enemy to the tires. He's ahead by about a fender. Side by side, battle for the lead.
We'll see how it's going to play out for him now that they're up to song. Going into turn number 3. Yeah, Rogers pulling away comfortably there. Couple guys in the wall. Looks like Chris Sweat's further back. With the 63 not quite giving up yet. White flag on the season. Great dive there from the 6. Looks like that he's going to be in prime wheel stand at the moment. Anderson, though, is going to need a charge here. It's going to come down to those two.
Going to need a charge, and he's going to need a run.
He's going to need
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Massive run here. Don't think it's quite going to be enough for Anderson. Zach Rogers going to get some redemption here. Win it at Homestead. They're going to turn each other for third.
63 up and over.
Still finishes
back
third.
into the pack.
Flips. Everyone dies going into turn 1. Seth
What
Cole.
a finish.
There's Allen.
Wow.
There's Weeks. LePrand finishes 6th. And Rogers, one of the dominant cars of the night. A little bit of an accidental bump there to 52, I think.
And unfortunately, 25 has already retired, but so no checkered flag celebration on the championship. But guess I got to do that last week with winning.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, you know that he's going to be elated with that. Rogers with the win, and rightfully burning it down. And a great finish there, a great race to wrap up the season. That was cool. Some fireworks in there, that's for sure. Well, a lot of fun, no less. Smoke screen there. And that is awesome. They're good fun, and congrats to those guys on the win. Of course, Don LePrand got to be jumping for joy with finally getting the title. And he's actually, I see him coming back out here now. And I think that he just went to pit road, so yeah, he's gonna do some celebrating, and he deserves it. Only one win on the entire season. And he will emerge comfortably with the championship. Won it as soon as he took the green. Oh, they reset it for him. That's what they did.
Yep.
They reset it for him.
I was going to say, only one win of the season, but without a doubt, some of the most consistent driving in the entire season to get him into this place.
Oh, you're not kidding. He is one heck of a driver. I know Dunn as being one. I don't know too many guys that are as hard on themselves as he is. So seeing this come through for him, that's cool. I am happy to see it. That Lucas Oil Chevrolet is gonna be tore up by the time he's done burning this thing down.
I want to just mention something real quick. So I'm looking at the overall stats. Now, granted, this is to race 15, not race 16, but I just want to make it abundantly clear. This is how good Dunn was this season. By the end of tonight, he will have had 16 starts, 1 win. He will have 13 top 5s, 16 top 10s, an average finish of, well, the numbers will be slightly skewed, but beforehand, an average finish position of 4.27 and 3 poles.
every race in the top 10.
Every race in the top 10.
And that speaks to the consistency of that 25, and that speaks to just what consistency can do for a first series like this, and that is awesome. So big congrats to him.
I was just going to say, and just really quickly, just to make this abundantly clear, the largest field that we had this season was at Talladega with 34 cars. 34 cars in the season, and then we had an abundance of races where we were between 25 to 32 cars. So, not an easy feat.
No. I mean, yeah, sure, you can say that there was one race that there were 10 exactly. So that would have been a given. But even that race, if I recall correctly, that was Tri-County, and he finished in the top 5. So there was no one more consistent than that 25, and
Hey,
he paid
wake
off
up.
for him. But we got some guys getting antsy to be chatted with here for one final time this season. We're going to start with our race winner, Zach Rogers.
User was moved to your channel.
And there he is. So, race win, hard fought as could be, between the 52 and many others. Season 9 champion here, finally getting it done in season number 11. How you feeling, man?
Let's freaking go! On Homestead, baby!
No, that shows you something there.
Let me just say, I haven't won a race in 2 months, and you think that wouldn't be a big deal. But the last, 3 to 4 weeks of sim racing I've had have just been so painful, and to win tonight is just incredible.
Dude, you freaking deserved that one. Now, I do have to ask, because I know that during that really long run there, some guys were opting for the 2 stops, some were trying their best to make it on the 1 stop. I do have to ask you where you laid on that strategy, and if it was going to be possible.
I think if we had stayed green there, I wasn't going to win. I don't think I had the winning strategy. My plan was with about 6 or 7 to go to just pit and take a splash of gas and then just go. I definitely would not have won under that strategy. Done pit pretty early there, and I think supposedly Joven and a couple others might have been good on gas. So it was going to be interesting if it had stayed green.
Well, it ended up working out for you, man, and that's cool to see. It's always cool seeing someone get excited like that. That was fun to watch, and you fought insanely hard for that the entire time. So I'll get your closing thoughts here. Any shout outs? The floor is yours because you earned it.
Well, first I want to say that in practice, I was like 6/10 off because I wasn't turning the wheel enough, and I didn't remember not having to turn the wheel 50 degrees to get through the corner. So thank you, Dun LaPrade, for telling me how much he was turning, because if he didn't, I don't think I would have been anywhere near competitive tonight. Got to thank the boy Joven for always being there for me. I've been having, like I said, a rough couple last weeks, and it's really good to be able to lean on somebody when you're going through a tough time. I was there for him years ago, and he's been there for me now. So, fucking emotions are just really raging right now. I want to thank Shane for putting on a good league. I know a lot of times I'm frustrated with the setups here, but he does a really good job for someone he's the only admin. So I want to just give Shane a lot of props for dealing with all the BS that goes on a weekly basis. Like, Shane, you're the man. Like, you're way more patient than a lot of people I know, especially myself. So, and let's just thank you, Andrew, for coming back and still broadcasting these races. You know, it's just, I'm sure it was great for anyone to go back and watch that and just hear me screaming my ass off. If you were in the team room, I was screaming a lot louder and a lot more. But Yeah, man, this feels like just as great as winning the title a year ago in season 9. It's amazing.
I cannot overstate how much you earned that, and congrats, man. Go celebrate. You freaking earned it.
I'm gonna drink a Coors Light.
I'll break out the virtual
I
champagne.
might break out the Jack Apple. I haven't touched the Jack Apple in like 7 months.
There you
Attaboy.
go. Congrats, man. Great job.
Thank you.
User left your channel.
You feed off of that energy. I love it. I love it. We got his good friend in here. I see him waiting down there. Runner up tonight. Number 93.
User was moved to your
Jovan
channel.
Anderson will emerge also runner up in the championship. You were front back, saving fuel. You were a little bit of everywhere there. And I'm sure you saw a lot of things as well, if you know what I mean. Overall thoughts on that?
Well, it was interesting. We had lots of fun there, though, despite that. And, I just did my best, position myself in the best place I could, as I always do. And caution came out, so that strategy didn't work out. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll see if we can charge forward. And, it almost happened. Can't be grateful enough to my teammates and everyone here for the fun race. It was a great time.
Right on. Now, I was talking to Zach about it a little bit, and I'll ask you, were you good on fuel there before that caution?
It was close. It was definitely close. It would have been interesting to see because I saw that Dunn short pitted there, and that definitely worked into his favor. Because if they would have pitted a lot later, they probably wouldn't have been able to make up that amount of time because of the fresh tire situation. So, it was definitely going to be interesting to see. It was definitely going to be close, but I don't know if it would have held off Dunn if we did so because of how much earlier he pitted, and then he had the advantage on tires. So.
You did absolutely fantastic. Kept it pretty clean as well, and will emerge runner-up both in the race and the championship. Fighting it out there with Chris Emery there for that spot. So I guess I'll say closing thoughts and just any shout-outs and final thoughts on the season.
Well, I keep telling myself if I put enough effort in, perhaps I might get one of these days. So we'll just have to see if it goes my way. And no, I just want to say thank you to you guys for doing the broadcast every single week, because it's fun to go and watch back, and see what your guys' reaction is to our races. And I've enjoyed it this season, and I definitely plan on coming back next season.
Hey, we're looking forward to watching you, and I will look forward to being on track with you here again soon enough in some other leagues.
Always a pleasure, Andrew.
Pleasure is all mine. So, runner-up, Jovan Anderson. And now, I think if we thought that Zach Rogers was happy, I think we got the happiest man in the room right now. Or he's about to be in the room.
User was moved
and
to
now
your
he's
channel.
in the room. The champ! Done! You did it, man!
Thank God. I'd be damned. Year and a half ago, I didn't even know what I was going to do in my life. When COVID hit, I didn't even think I was going to do this, but came back. I mean, the first time I came back into this league, I did horrible at Dover a couple of seasons ago. Got suspended in season 9 for stupid stuff, but just learned a lot from it. Went down the lights, won a championship there, and knew I was ready for Cup, and I didn't know where I was going to be later this year, but I knew I wanted to win this championship after what happened in Atlanta last season. But damn, man, it's crazy how, I don't know, man, I'm speechless. Just been a great year. I mean, it's been a great season for this team. I mean, We definitely needed to have some good runs going, and we definitely needed to improve a lot. I definitely needed to improve a lot compared to last season. I pretty much improved on every way possible. I, won a race, of course, but ended up just blowing up qualifying stats, finishing stats, laps led, just pretty much every category I pretty much improved on, and it led to this championship. So just glad to finally be known as an IMRC Cup Series champion. So I just want to thank everybody for all the years that has helped me to get to this point. Joven in here too. It's want to thank you as well. But man, I've learned a lot before I came back, and how to be able to race clean, how to be consistent too, and then I used it all. I mean, like I said, when I came back last year, I wanted to be with the same guys I once was, but now to this extreme level, just being this talented. So I'm just very thankful to run this well and all that, and to be crowned as a IMRC Cup Series champion. Goddamn, I don't know. Excuse my language, but damn, I'm speechless. I don't know what to believe, but just it's crazy, man. I'll tell you that much.
It's cool. It's freaking cool. Congrats to you. I guess the only other question then, just about the race itself. I was talking to Zach, I was talking to Joven, and now I'm talking to you. All three of you were on complete opposite ends of the strategy spectrum on that long run before the caution came out. Joven was trying to make it to the end. You short pitted quite a bit. I guess what was the thought behind that strategy and how you made that call?
I knew it was the smartest strategy because that was the only way I was going to win the race. I was not going to win it from fifth on the track at that time. I was sixth, whichever, but that was the only way I had a shot to win, and it just it fell flat. I mean, I hated that cautions come out like that, but I mean, it's a risk you take. I mean, I won the championship, so I was like, screw it, go with it. Just hell with it. I mean, you're the champion now, so why not go for it?
Mm-hmm.
Give the fans that are watching the show, you give them something to catch on about. But I mean, we came back to finish sixth, which I would have liked to finish in the top five because that would have kept my top five streak going. But I mean, it is what it is. And I just want to quickly thank Shane and IMRC for everybody for getting this set up, putting up a great league, great season, and some of the best drivers I've ever raced against. I mean, I've raced with a lot of different people over the years, but these guys are the best, man. I'm just really I appreciate racing with these guys and just how hard they race, how clean they are, and stuff like that too. And don't make it easy for sure, but it's always fun to race with these guys. Want to thank everyone again for great season and all of that, and just it's crazy, man. IMRC Cup Series champion. I don't know what else to say.
Well, I mean, as Blake pointed out to me, you are 16 for 16 every single race in the top 10. So I guess let that sink in for you. But congrats, man. Well earned. Go break out that champagne.
I'm gonna have a beer. I'm gonna have a
User
Miller
joined your
Lite. I'm gonna
channel.
have Miller Lite right now. So I'm gonna party it up like Brad Keselowski when he won the championship 9 years ago, and that's when we're gonna be right now. I'm probably gonna be drunk like hell, but hey, it's worth it, man. Screw it. I'm gonna have a beer right now, actually.
I've had it, man. I've had it. So congrats. You're well deserved, and hoping for plenty more success like that coming up.
Thanks, man. Thank you guys for broadcasting this and everything. You guys are the bomb.
Hey, our pleasure.
User left your channel.
I mean, of course, I also got to thank Blake and Cole for being with me on this one. And since he joined, I guess I don't think... Did we get the question answered? I don't remember. But if not, it's the last race of the season. Tristan, you better give me an answer, left or right.
Definitely right.
Dang it.
Attaboy. That's the right answer.
Dang it, I was hoping you'd say left.
We're a series that turns left usually.
Exactly. So how dare you? Well, yeah. I mean, there you
Right,
go. He's a road
right
course
is
winner.
right has more chocolate. Left has more crunch.
Well, no, when you figure out a track, you turn right to go left.
There it is. Doc
So do you-
Hudson.
so
Words
do you
of
really-
wisdom by Doc Hudson.
Do you really turn right or do you turn left?
You never turn. There is no turn. The road is endless.
That is exactly right. You see, he really knew the true answer, but he wanted to test you to see if you did.
I am the master.
This is
now.
too philosophical for me. Let's get back to the racing questions.
Well,
We have more questions.
well, I mean, I was just gonna wrap it up by asking closing thoughts from my two colleagues here. Blake, I will start with you, man. It's been a pleasure. I know that I missed like half the season through personal stuff, but thank you, of course, for also trying to keep up with it. But your closing thoughts on season number 11?
Well, I'll definitely say this much. I don't think I had as much of a spine-tingling situation as we saw in Season 10. However, I will say the racing was great this season. Definitely a very, very, very strong run by Dunn, and showing very strongly that consistency is definitely part of the name of the game. I look back on the race that he ran at the Daytona Road Course when we started the playoffs and everything, and just simply the dude was not necessarily in the hunt for the lead, but he was within the top 3 to top 4 roughly all night long. So, a track that saw a lot of drivers take substitute roles and everything like that, he decided to stick it out and managed to use that bonus as a points. So he managed to get up there and get out there in the lead early in the points and just never look back. And when he was looking forward, he ended up winning Dover. So a very great season for Dunlop Pratt. Very glad to see that. It will be interesting how we see the championship format as it goes forward. But as sad as it is to say goodbye to season 11, I'm just as excited when we hit January and we'll get to start to see the beginnings of season 12.
Yeah, I think you and a lot of folks are going to be ready to get that going. Cole, I know this was your first time up here in the booth, and I appreciate you being up here, man. You've been on track and off track throughout the season, so your closing thoughts on the action.
Yeah, definitely. It was really fun to see it from a new perspective tonight. You know what I mean? It was just really great to watch him from above and just kind of see how it plays out and co-commentate with you guys. It was a lot of fun. And I mean, just what an incredible run by Don LaPrade this season. Back when I was racing in season 9, and he came back from about a 4-year hiatus, just seeing him run as quickly as he did and just kind of pick it up from where he left off. I think at Bathurst it was when we qualified side by side there. It was just I knew good things were gonna come his way eventually, and he's another driver from my home state of Virginia, so I'm a little bit biased there, but really happy with the effort and just overall really proud of him this season.
That's there's no denying that I think that we all have our favorites out there, but at the end of the day, seeing it come down to a fun, exciting race like that to wrap up the season, that's always awesome. That I was hoping that would be the case. These guys made it happen. Thank you to all the drivers for not only putting on such a good show, but also just shout out to all of y'all for your abilities. You're some phenomenal drivers, and I'm hoping maybe soon enough that I can join you on the track again soon enough.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah.
User left your channel.
And he leaves.
And on that note,
the only thing that made that any funny is if it did the doink. I'm gonna get that, man. But for now, though, thank you both for joining me here. Thank you, Shane. Thank you to all the drivers. Thank you to everyone who watched. It's been a lot of fun. Again, I am sorry for being away so long. Needless to say, when you move out of your place for the first time, it's a big deal. So, that took the prime focus. But glad to still be able to do this with you guys every now and then. So until hopefully next season, I'll say take care and bye for now.